everyone! Happy Monday! Welcome to another ceramics remote learning video. I am so happy to have you here with me. I'm so excited to start our project for today. Before we do, I wanted to say that I hope everyone is feeling good, had a nice relaxing weekend, you're feeling well rested and rejuvenated and ready for the week, and feeling excited and pumped for today's project. Before we start our project, I want to give you a quick reminder. Remember to check out the Scholar Talent Google Classroom page where you'll see all my updates and posts for each project every day. They're all getting posted in the ceramics section, so make sure you check that out. Keep an eye out for my updates. And remember, when you're done with your work at the end of this video, to take a photo of it and send it over to me so I can see what you made. You can do this by, you can upload your picture directly onto the assignment on Google Classroom. There's directions there for you in the ceramics section. So that's a super easy and great way for me to be able to comment and talk with you right there on your picture and talk about what you made. But if you're having trouble uploading on Google Classroom, you can always email me over a picture. So I'd love to see what you guys are working on, so remember to do that at the end of this video. And what else? Are we ready to start? Ready to start the project? And look it up! So excited! Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, and then we're going to take a look at some awesome artists from a long time ago. They're famous, and they made all sorts of awesome 2D drawings and paintings. What does 2D mean? Two-dimensional. Right, it means flat. It means it is not three-dimensional. It is flat, just like a drawing or a painting or a collage, right? So we're going to take a look at these two artists. But before we do that, what we're doing today, I want to let you know, we're going to be making our very own drawings of your imaginary playground, your dream imaginary playground. So if you could have any playground in your wildest imagination, what would it look like? And how would you show that in a drawing? I know there's so many ideas flowing through your head right now because there's so many different dream imaginary playgrounds that you could create. So we're going to take a look at these two artists that made their own versions of what their dream or imaginary playground might look like. Let's take a look. The artists that we are about to look at, their names are Pablo Picasso and Leonid Afremov. Before we talk about these two artists and what they made, you might want to grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen or pencil so you can jot down some of your thoughts as we go. And remember, you can always pause this video if you need more time to think or to jot down what you're thinking. So, first question, right away, as soon as you look at these two works of art, what do you notice? What are some things you notice right away? One thing I'm noticing right away is that both of these artworks are scenes of outdoors. So maybe these artists, when they envision their dream playground or imaginary playground, it's outside. Yours might not be outside though, and that's okay too. Everyone has their own imaginary playground or dream playground in their head that's probably going to be different than one another. And that's okay, because we all have our own ideas and our unique way of creating. Before we continue, really quick, I have a new vocabulary word for you that we are about to learn. When an artist makes a drawing or painting or a creation of outdoors, not indoors, but outdoors, it is called a landscape. Everyone say landscape. Beautiful. So, these two landscapes are what these artists decided to create as their dream or imaginary place. What do you notice that's similar about them? What's similar about these two landscape drawings? What's different about these two landscape drawings or paintings? What's different about them? Is there anything else you notice? Now remember, before we continue on to creating our own art, I'm not expecting your art to be like this. I'm just showing you one artist's way of creating what they envisioned in their heads. Everyone's going to have their own unique way of creating. So let's start our very own. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at those two awesome artists, Pablo Picasso and Leonid Alfremov. I think their work is really interesting to look at, so I hope you enjoyed learning about them and learning about landscape drawings, paintings, artwork, and now it's time for us to make our very own. I'm curious if some of you will create a landscape, a scene from outside, or if you'll create an indoor playground. I'm so excited to see all of our different ideas of what our dream playground looks like, and I can't wait to get creating. Remember, I'm going to work alongside you, so I'll be doing my artwork while you do yours. But as always, of course, I'm not expecting your artwork to be the same as mine because we all have our own ideas of what we imagine and how we want to create our art. So I'm just going to be working alongside with you, but we'll be doing our own individual artwork creations. So I'm very, very excited to get started. So what you're thinking about while you're working is what your dream or imaginary playground looks like and how will you put that on paper? How will you draw that and show it? So I think it's time. I think we're ready to get started. So I have my paper here and I have my pen. There's no material restrictions. You can use literally any type of paper. You could use envelope paper, newspaper, white paper, lined paper, whatever paper you have at home at hand is perfect for this project. And if you would like to use coloring materials like crayon, colored pencil, marker, that's great too. But if you don't have that and you want to use pen or pencil, that works wonderful. There's no material restrictions. Use whatever you have at hand at home because our art studio is in our very own homes. So we use what we got. This is what I got. And I'm excited to see how these come out. All right, guys, let's begin. I will put on some music for us as we're working. So this is your time, if you haven't done so already, grab your materials and let's get ready to create our imaginary dream playgrounds. Putting on my music for us, for the background while we're working. I always like to have a little background music on while I make my art. So, my dream playground, I love trampolines. That's like always been one of my favorite things to do as a kid and as an adult. I just love trampolines, bouncy houses, all that good stuff. So, my dream playground that I'm picturing in my head right now is a giant indoor place with trampolines everywhere, on the walls, on the floor, for you to jump on all sorts of trampolines all over. That's what I'm picturing. So mine is not going to be a landscape like we talked about. Mine is inside, but yours might be different. Maybe yours is an outside scene. Maybe your dream playground is somewhere outside in a beautiful scenery. I don't know. I can't wait. Let's try it out. Let's see what we create. So I'm going to try to make this indoor trampoline world right now. And I'm thinking to myself what I want to start first with, what I want to add on my paper first. I don't really want to add on my paper first. I think I'll start with trying to show that this is a huge place, so I'll try to make a big scene. This is not a place that I've seen in real life. This is just something that I'm kind of imagining and creating in my mind. If your dream playground is somewhere that you've actually been and it's your favorite playground in the world and that's your dream that you'd like to go to or create, you could try to recreate that in your drawing too. Mine is one that I haven't seen though. This is just something I'm picturing in my brain. So I'm trying to show that this place is huge and there's so many trampolines. So I started by piling all my trampolines so it looks like they go back all the way along this huge place. And there's just so many, and I'm gonna add some more right now. There we go. So now I'm kind of just repeating what I did on the other side and kind of copying it over because I want it to look like there's hundreds and hundreds of trampolines. So I'm making more on the other side, and then I might maybe add myself into it, jumping on all the trampolines. That might be my next step. So right now, as you're working, just notice what you've done so far. Notice how it's going. Notice the details that they're adding and what you think you'll need to add next. I'm drawing the legs of my trampoline right now. Those are the things that will hold my trampoline up. What else? So now I've got 2 long rows of trampolines. What else? I'm looking at my drawing and I'm thinking what I need to add next. Maybe I'll put some trampolines on the wall. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to make a row of wall trampolines. So you could even bounce off the wall. And I'm working with pens, so it's not really erasable. But if you make a mistake or you want to change something, it's okay to just, go over your pen marks so that you're more happy with what you're creating. And if you notice, I just kind of flipped my paper around and seen which angle it's easier to draw from as I'm trying to create these wall trampolines. I would love if this place existed in real life. How cool would that be? Maybe I'll make even more wall trampolines. Coming up from ceiling. It's kind of starting to look like they're on the wall. Now I'm going to go back and darken some of the lines I made. Because like we talked about in my other video, when you darken the lines, it brings your eye right to it. And these trampolines that are in the front, I want it to really seem like they're kind of in the front. So I'm going to make it darker so that they pop out to my eyes, that I see them first. Just like if you had bold writing in a text in a book, you always notice the darker things first. It makes it pop out. Maybe I'll add a little bit of shading. When I'm shading, I'm just kind of scribbling my pencil. We'll have a project talking more in depth about shading at some point, so that we can talk about all the different ways to fill in your drawings with your pen, marker, pencil. But right now, I'm pretty much just making lots of little lines, scribbling on it. That's how I'm kind of coloring it in. Trying to make it pop out. I want to make this dream trampoline world, dream trampoline playground, something that you could really imagine was real, a real place that you could go. Take a second and look at your drawings. It's always good to stop what you're doing and take a look at how things are going so far. What do you notice is going well? What are you feeling you're happy with so far? What do you feel might need a little more work? Let's keep going. It's always good to notice what parts you think might need more work, because that's how we improve, right? We take a look at the parts that are a little harder for us, and we learn how to do it so that it feels easier the next time, right? Practice makes perfect, and learning from our experiences is always one way that we can grow as artists. We have about 5 more minutes left of work time in this video, but when we're done with this video, if you want to continue working after the video has ended, you may definitely do so. I don't want you to feel rushed in your art, so if you need to take more time, that's okay too. I feel like my trampoline world is slowly coming to life. So I'm making my shading as I go farther back a little bit lighter because I want to bring the parts that are closer to us right to our eyes. So the parts that are in the front of the picture, like the people that are in the front, the trampolines that are in the front, I'm making darker. And as I go back, I'm making my shading a little lighter so that it looks like it's farther back. See how the things that are more dark kind of seem like they pop out first? The ones that have more dark shading in them kind of draws your eye to it right away. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now I'm going to do the same thing with these ones. I'm coming back. I'm going over my lines that I already made, making them darker. Okay, you can always move on from one spot in your drawing to a different spot and then come back to it. It's always okay to come back to different parts of our drawing as we go along. You don't have to get one part completely finished before you move on to the next. Sometimes it's a good thing to leave one part of your drawing, move on to a different spot, and then come back and then finish it. That's always an okay thing to do. That actually can be really helpful sometimes, because when we come back to the spot that we left behind, Sometimes we notice things that we didn't notice before. Sometimes it gives us a fresh look at our art. What kind of dream playground did you create? Did it end up being a landscape? Or was it something else? Did you show yourself in the drawing? Were there other people in the dream playground? Or was it just you in the dream playground? As we're coming to the end of this video, I want you to notice all the different things that you included in your drawing. Take a look at it and notice who's in the background. Is it a scene, or is it one big slide, or is it a whole scene with lots of little things? What's happening in your drawing? How do you feel about your drawing? Great, guys. So, you're now coming to the end of our video. This is how my dream trampoline world has come out so far. I'm feeling like I want to add more trampolines on this side of the wall and maybe some big ones in between. I think I'll go back and do a little bit more work. But I'm just going to take a look at it for a few minutes and see what else I want to add to it. Like I said, if you need more time working, that's totally okay. And once you're finished, I'll remind one more time, please send me your artwork. I want to see all the awesome things you guys are creating. Go on our Scholar Talent Google Classroom in the ceramic section. Directions for uploading your photo is there for you. I'd love to see what you're doing and talk with you about your art. I had so much fun creating these dream playgrounds. I can't wait to see all the awesome stuff you guys are doing. You should be so proud of your artwork and your artistic effort. That was awesome, you guys. I can't wait for this week's projects. We got lots more awesome projects coming your way. And great job, you guys. Give me a big high five. Awesome job, lovies. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.